Good morning, my dearest students of grade 6. Our lesson today is Grammar, Unit 5, Week 5, Irregular Comparisons. Grammar book, page 121 to 125. First of all, what does it mean, irregular comparisons? In English grammar, some adjectives form irregular comparisons, whether comparative or superlative. What does it mean? And these adjectives are not formed by adding er and est to the end of words, just as we learn it when dealing with the short adjectives, which are one and the sum of two-syllable adjectives. In comparative and superlative, we use this normal way, which adding er and est. Or by adding words like more and most at the beginning of the adjective. This is the way we used with the long adjectives, which are more than two-syllable adjectives, and the sum of two-syllable adjectives as well. So generally, with the irregular comparisons, we don't use the normal way of forming superlative or comparative. So here we have a table that includes these irregular adjectives in the comparative and superlative forms. First of all, this is the list of the adjectives. Good and well at the same time. Bad, many, much, little, less, far. Start first with good or well. In the comparative form, good will be better. Don't say gooder or weller. It's wrong. Don't add er here. No, it's irregular. Irregular means you must keep it or study its form by heart. Memorize it. When comparing between more than two, three or more, good in the superlative form will be best or at the best. So don't say goodest or wellest. It's wrong. It's irregular. Bad, comparative, comparing it to worse, worse than. Superlative form, the worst. Don't say better or baddest. It's wrong. Many, which is followed by countable noun like many bottles, many friends, many books, many doors, many houses, many homes. So many in the comparative form is more books than, more friends than. In the superlative form, the most friends, the most books. So don't say manier or manyest, it's wrong. Much, which is followed by uncountable nouns like much water, much money, much food, much time. So much in the comparative form is more. So I say more money than, more food than, more time than, more effort than. And in the superlative form, the most money, the most water, the most food, the most time. Little in the opposite of much. Okay, so little here in the comparative form, less than. For example, if I say little water, so less water than. Also in the superlative form, the least water, the least money, the least time. Less also, lesser and the least. Far, which is the opposite of near. Of course, near in the comparative, nearer and nearest, but far is different. Far in the comparative form, farther than, and the farthest. Farther, the farthest. Okay, so this is the list of the irregular comparisons. You must study them by heart and don't use the normal way of comparing, of forming comparative or superlative with these irregular adjectives. This is the way we use them in the comparative and superlative. With some examples. Example 1, I'm not well today. I hope I will be better tomorrow. So, I'm not well. This is the adjective. I hope I will be better tomorrow. So, better is the comparative form of I'm comparing between tomorrow and today. He is good at math, but he is the best at English. So here the best means I'm comparing him to the whole of the class. So I use the superlative form of good. Yesterday's game was bad, but today's is worse. So worse, the comparative of bad. I'm comparing between today's game and yesterday's game. So comparative, so I use worse. I have many coins, but Sam has more. I'm comparing between the coins I have and Sam's ones, so I use comparative of many, which is more. My effort is little, but Tom exerts the least efforts or effort ever. So I'm comparing between Tom's efforts and the others, comparing between more than two. Okay, so little, the superlative form of little is the least. Now with some illustrators here, I have three people, Tom, Jack, and Sam, and these are their grades in one subject, which is science. Tom got 9 out of 10, Jack 8 out of 10, and Sam got 10 out of 10, the full mark. So look at the way we use comparative and superlative here. Jack is good at science because he got 8 out of 10. But Tom is better than Jack at science. I'm comparing between Tom and Jack concerning their mark in science. So Tom is better. Don't say gooder, it's wrong. But if I'm comparing between or among Sam and the others, so Sam is the best of all at science because he got the full mark. So I don't say the goodest, it's wrong. This is the superlative form of good here. Second illustration. Here we have three people, A, B, and C, and this is the amount of money they do have. A has 1,000 rial, and B 2,000 rial, and C 3,000 rials. So A, first person, has much money. Okay, but if I'm comparing between B and A or A and B, I will say B has 2,000, A 1,000, so B has more money than A, and A has less money than B. As you see, B has more money than A, and A has less money than B. But if I'm comparing between C and the two or the other two, I will say C has the most money. It means that no one has more money than him. And A has the least money. No one has less money than he does. So this is the way we form a comparative and superlative and the irregular comparisons. So let's look at here some exercise. I will do only 1 and 2 with you, but the rest will be your homework today. You're looking good. Now, has your cold gone? So I want to use good in the comparative form. So it will be you are looking better now. Has your cold gone? Because I'm comparing between him or his state or condition now and before. 2. I think I want to use good here in the superlative form. The holiday I ever had. Okay. Was the one to Brazil. So I think the best holiday I ever had was the one to Brazil. So this is the way we use these adjectives in the comparative and superlative. All of the adjectives are irregular. So when you are using them correctly, try to check the table in the video over there. This is your homework today. I'm waiting for your answers.